Hey everyone. First, I of course hope you're doing well through these complicated times, pandemic and otherwise, that you're safe and optimistic through it all, however involved you may be. Now, November recently ended, so of course time to talk a little bit about what I got over the month. First in toys, there is the Decepticon Airwave from the Transformers Earthrise line. Like the Autobot Ironworks before him, he's based on a 80s Micromaster facility that's now been upgraded to a full character. And this one in particular can turn into an airbase, an aircraft carrier, or a artillery platform for smaller figures, as well as disassemble into various parts that can be used as weapons or armor for larger figures. Kind of wish there were more original figures like these, modulators, for the Earthrise line, but nevertheless very happy to have them. Also from the Earthrise line, there are the Wave 2 Micromasters, the Autobots Blastmaster and Fuser of the Astro Squad, and the Decepticons Groundhog and Roller Force of the Racetrack Patrol. These two combine into a space shuttle, and these two each turn into race cars, but can also combine into a larger blaster for other figures to be equipped with. So nice little assortment for those guys. Criterion's November sale from Barnes & Noble was of course going on, so I took part with some purchases there, starting with the Blu-ray of Girlfriends, directed by Claudia Weil, released in 1978. I haven't watched it yet, but it sounds like a pretty nice little bit of 70s filmmaking about a woman figuring out her larger goals and ambitions while making money as a bar mitzvah photographer. So yeah, there's that. As always, got another 6 Transformers trading card game booster packs from Wizards of the Coast. 3 from Wave 4 Siege 2, 3 from Wave 5 Titan Masters Attack, with each having 6 battle cards, while Siege 2 has 1 large foil, 1 small foil character cards, and Titan Masters Attack has either 1 small head character card, 1 large body character card, or a large foil character card with 1 stratagem. And among those non-battle cards I got were quite a few extras, so to recall, extras of Sergeant Crosshairs and Raider Rumble, Raider Chop Shop and Raider Caliburst, Raider Hyperdrive, Crankcase, and Brawn, with new cards of Raider Apeface, Duty and Honor, Chrome Dome and Apex, and Saturation Bombing. So yeah, not the luckiest draws, but still not a bad instance of collecting the game. When it comes to non-Criterion movies, I got the New Mutants on Blu-ray. I believe the final movie in the pre-MCU original, like, Mutants film series, X-Men and whatnot. Exploring 5 young mutants who find themselves at a unique treatment facility, trying to figure out their powers, trying to figure out the threats they're facing. And yeah, I know it's not good, but I'm sort of a completist with this franchise, so I'll still check it out, see probably what little good it has to offer. Back to the Criterion movies. There's the Blu-ray of Ghost Dog, Way of the Samurai, directed by Jim Jarmusch, released in 1999. This very like stylish and silly sounding crime drama with the title character being a mob hitman who also follows like a very careful, very honorable samurai based code. Heard it's kind of a cult hit, so I'm happy to have bought it. But then as like a companion to that, I also got one of the movies that's heavily inspired by Les Samurai, directed by Jean-Pierre Melville, released in 1967. Essentially this kind of movie, but through more of a slick crime noir kind of aesthetic of a French gangster who, again, follows a bit of a unique kind of traditional code of ethics, perhaps like a samurai. And one more Transformers Earthrise figure. There is Allicon, or more accurately, an Allicon, representing the like many identical quintessence guards from the original Transformers movie and cartoon. And its name actually being inspired by it turning into sort of a bipedal alligator monster. So, whether or not I get more of him, it's nice to have this cool quintessence character in official toy form for the first time. And my final 2 buys from the Criterion-sale. Christ Stopped at Eboli, this Italian drama directed by Francesco Rosi, released in 1979, based on the autobiography of Carlo Levi, who was exiled to a pretty isolated and kind of societally overlooked region of Italy due to his anti-fascist views, kind of showing, you know, probably both his life and the lives of the people in this region he now finds himself in. Kind of getting a unique perspective of his culture at that time. Sounds really interesting. It'll be probably a pretty heavy watch. And then Sunday Bloody Sunday, directed by John Schlesinger, released in 1971. British, relationship drama, exploring a man and woman who are otherwise overall pretty unconnected, except for the fact that they both share a lover. Thought about this one for some time, and it sounds really interesting, both for the time in which it was made and how things culturally are now, looking back on it. And finally, for some comics, not many, but from IDW, there is Transformers issue 24, continuing the ongoing, rebooted continuity, written by Brian Ruckley, art by Beth McGuire Smith, which a team led by Wheeljack tried to salvage the Energon Harvester moon that they're on before it completely loses stability in its orbit. And issue 4 of the My Little Pony Transformers crossover miniseries. Like all the others, it has 2 10-page stories. Strength in Numbers, written by Ian Flynn, art by Sarah Peter DeRoche, and Finale, written by James Asmus, art by Tony Fleeks. First, involving Applejack protecting her orchard when it comes under attack by the Insecticons. And, as you might understand from Finale, basically the final battle of all these heroes and villains going up against each other, at least on the, crossover backdrop of things. So yeah, some fun little reading there. And that's it for this one. Still a pretty nice variety all around, making up an even dozen of things, as I count them. Some toys and a game, a couple comics, interesting variety of movies. Feel like December will be even more toned down, kind of usually is, especially with Christmas shopping and stuff, putting things on my own list. So yeah, like I said at the beginning, I hope you're doing well through all this, both being careful and looking ahead as things keep going. But I believe with all of this recapped, I'll see you in early January to talk about December purchases and Christmas gifts and whatnot. See you later, folks.